What is up? Welcome into Driving the Nightline. My name is Alan Bell. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you. Big Tony. What's up, big dog?
Not much, man. Just looking forward to the next 4 days of football, baseball, college football.
Dude, it's going to be great, man. Like, we've got a great weekend lined up, man. I mean, shoot, it started last night, right? Great baseball, and we got it again today, man. Days of baseball going on. So I'll tell you what, we're not going to waste any time, big dog. All right, I'm going to throw it over to you first, man. You got 3 plays. What you got?
All right, man. Here we go. First, man, I got Tigers Guardians, no run first inning. Man, I got a great pitching matchup here. Jack Flaherty going against Tanner Beebe. Both these guys whip about 1.28, 1.2, somewhere around there. Two, they also throw a lot of Ks. About a 30-game average here. Both of them 80% no run first inning. So pair that with a 250 first run batting average for both teams, and the money line's on 7.5, which the books are telling me that there's not going to be a lot of run score. So I got all 4 things I'm looking for to no run first inning here. So I really like this play. 2, Yankees money line. I look for them to sweep the Chicago White Sox. I just need to fight a dance partner so I don't lose like I did last night on the 1.5. Took Dodgers. They're going against Snell. They're trying to hold on to that division. Padres coming at them. So I look for the Dodgers to get things done. They lost with Ohtani last night in the last inning, bottom of the 9th. So I don't look for that to happen again. And next, my favorite play of the day, Francis Lindor over 1.5 runs, hits, RBIs. This guy's on all of our analytics. He's got 11-game hit streak going. Last 6 games, he's 9 for 25, hitting 360s, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. And here's the other thing. He loves to hit against Boyd. He is 3 of 36, hitting 360, 2 home runs, and a 611 slugging percentage against them. So I think he gets this one done pretty easily. He's just on fire right now. And all these teams are in the last 5 days of this race that we got going on. So really love all these plays.
Nice job, my man. I like it, buddy. Well done, man. And yeah, you got 3 strong plays here. Gonna be a good night of baseball, buddy.
Man, it's gonna be a great night of baseball. Tomorrow night we got the Thursday night football game. So Friday we start off with college. Man, it's gonna be a fun weekend. It's gonna be a long weekend.
Yep. Nope. You're 100% right, man. All right, Big Tony, I'll drop you off here. Any final thoughts, man, before you jump out?
No, man. But hey, man, I agree with you on Skeens, man. I have no idea why if he pitches more than 2 innings and gets hurt, 3 people getting fired in that organization.
Oh my God, yeah, like, dude,
and it's not even at home.
Agreed. Like, that's the thing. If it were at home, I'd get it. Like,
yeah,
I would get it, paying, back the fans, right?
But, yeah, I don't understand that at all. I mean, just you got them booked for the next couple of years, anyways, until someone makes you that offer that to get them away.
Dude, you're right, man. All right, Big Tony.
Right, hey, looking forward to it. Also, looking forward to your NFL picks.
Hey, man, looking forward to it, buddy. I appreciate you, man.
All right, later.
All right, see you, Big Dog. All right, Big Tony, man. Appreciate you, my boy, as always. All right, so let's jump into it here. Like we said, we've got the NFL. And Big Bruce said, can I get a 1.5 total base play? Yeah, man. I'll say this. Look, Francisco Lindor is a great play. Look, I would look to the Mets, to be honest with you, man. Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso, or Juan Soto. Honestly, man, any of those 3, the Mets are looking to absolutely blow it up. So, yeah, that's where I'd go with it, man. All right, yeah, good to see everybody. All right, let's jump into the NFL. So, we're going to break down week 4, man. We're going to go game by game, break down the week that it is, what we need to know, what we need to pay attention to, all of our bets, blah, 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 all of that. So, man, step right into it. All right, so here's where we're going, and I'll break down these games with the picks as we go through them. The Steelers, plus 2.5 at home against Minnesota. Everyone on planet Earth is going to bet Minnesota. And I'm going to take Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin lives off these games. And look, man, the Vikings looked incredible last week. Do they do it again? I'm going to bet no. I'm going to roll the Steelers here, plus 2.5. This is a Mike Tomlin game. Straight up. That's because they're better. All right, Patrick Mahomes over 4.5 rushing tips. Look, you know the deal. We get this every Wednesday before the number jumps. And they're playing the Ravens this week. It's all on the line. The loser is going to be 1-3. Neither wants to be that. Yeah. You can go ahead and sign me up. If they're going to keep giving us Patrick Mahomes over 4.5 rushing attempts and they're going to give it to us at plus money, I'm going to keep taking it. Reed says, if the masses roll to the Vikings, it might be worth it to wait for a 3 or a 3.5. Agreed. That's a great call. Absolutely, man. Yeah. Now, keep an eye on it too, right? Because it could go the other way. But as of right now, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Good. But Reed, excellent call. Justin, if Vikings lose this week, the NFC North don't look so big and bad to the rest of the league. Agreed. It is not an easy game. You're on the road, hostile environment. Big Christian Hastings, AB. What's up, Big Christian? Good to see you, buddy. Father Whale, my man. Good afternoon, everyone. Do small things with great love. Absolutely. I agree with that. All right, Matthew Stafford, 1+ interception. I'm going to keep playing this too. You're going to keep giving me this at 1 at minus 115. I'm going to keep playing it. Now, doesn't mean that I'm negative on Staff. You know that as a show, we love Matthew Stafford. But he's throwing picks every week. Yeah. Yeah, Vikings Steelers in Dublin. Yeah, apologies. You're right. Even more. I very much trust the Steelers going on the road in Dublin, right? Yeah. Matthew Stafford. Yeah, Vikings do play across the pond back-to-back weeks. Dude, we need to monitor this because I'm sure that they have a bye coming back, right? All right, we'll talk more about it. But Seahawks, Broncos. All right, so we're in the parlay section here of the picks. I'm going to take the Seahawks, even though it's going to be a tight game. I'm going to roll the Seahawks money line Thursday night against the Cardinals, and I'm going to roll the Broncos on the money line. Put those two together, plus 130. Next, I'm going to take the Chargers money line. I'm going to parlay that with the Eagles money line at plus 100. Then finally, the 49ers money line and the Ravens money line. I'm going to parlay those two together at plus 170. Cyclone, yes. Yep. So, yeah, okay. Got a buy coming up after that one. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. So, yeah, we need to monitor that for sure. That's a good call. Absolute good call. So, okay, here we go. All right. So, these are our picks. Again, good call on the Dublin part. I forgot about that. You're exactly right. All right. 6 picks right here. But again, if you're watching later in the week, we record this on Wednesday. So, we'll obviously add more picks as we go through the week. But we just use this to start the NFL off, start the conversation, see where we need to go. All right, Thursday Night Football, Seahawks at the Cardinals. Seahawks 1.5-point favorite on the road, total of 43.5. So, again, going back to the picks, Seahawks money line, Broncos money line in a 2-leg parlay. Look, man, look, there's nothing against Arizona. Arizona is 2-1. But they've got room to grow. Do they do that? I don't know. This Seahawks team is playing its tailgates off right now. I don't want to mess with the 1.5. It is a divisional game, NFC West. You see a low total of 43.5 for a reason. So, again, it's only 1.5, but, man, I've lost that point. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm going the Seahawks on the money line. But it's going to be a heck of a game. I do think that, yeah, Tizzle, Arizona does play everyone close. They really do. Like, they don't blow you out with points, but they can score if you are. And if you're not, they aren't, right? Like, they're a strange football team, but they're good. And this will be a heck of a game. That being said, though, Seahawks haven't given me any reason to jump off the bandwagon. You know what I mean? They've been playing great. All right, jumping into Sunday here. So Yeah, Vikings and the Steelers. Live from Dublin, Ireland. Croquet Park. All right. Vikings 2.5-point favorite, total of 40.5. So you see a super low total here. And that's for a reason. Number one, the Steelers. Number two, Dublin. Number three, Dublin. Right. Yeah, I mean, the question is going to be, number one, the travel for both teams. Said, blessings, AB. Blessings, my friend. Said, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Hawk said, Hawks all day. They have only lost 2 times in Zona since 2012. Yeah, I agree, man. Like, well, I mean, it's a fact, what you just said, but yeah. Like, I'm with it on Seattle, dude. That team's, they're good. I didn't take the, what do you mean? Yeah, I didn't take the Cardinals, but if you are, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Vikings and Steelers total of 40.5. They're not expecting a ton of points. I wouldn't expect a ton of points. But I'm gonna look. I'm gonna roll the Steelers plus 2.5. I have read this book before, whether it was in Pittsburgh or whether it's in Dublin, right? I just said ton of field goals by the Steelers, 100%. Yeah, and look, if anybody's brand new, so this is an absolutely interactive show. So drop your thoughts, picks, anything, right? Like we work through this together. Bruce Great, all Ravens games go over. Yes, dude, they can't stop anybody, but they're scoring a ton of points. Buddy, you ain't lying on that one. All right, Commanders and the Falcons here. All right, so let me pull this back up. And again, I'm taking the Steelers plus 2.5. But yeah, Tizzle, taking that 33 plus field goal for the international games. Yeah, that's a good call. I like that a lot. All right, Commanders and the Falcons here. Commanders 1.5-point favorite on the road in Atlanta, a total of 44.5. All right, so first off, I mean, the question is Atlanta. You just lost 30-0 to the Panthers. The Panthers. And then you fired your wide receiver coach because of it. What did Ike Hilliard have to do with anything? Yeah, I mean, well, let me take a step back. Don't expect the Falcons to bounce back. Expect the Falcons to want to bounce back, but I think they might be in trouble. I don't know what's going on with them. And the fact that you saw Kirk Cousins, like, buddy, I don't know. Now, the Commanders, 2-1, 1.5-point favorite. Jaden Daniels playing, sad ask. I don't know, but that number screams to me that he isn't. Right? Now, Marcus Mariota, absolutely a valuable backup quarterback. We spoke about him last week. Marcus Mariota is no joke. I have a massive amount of respect for Marcus. Yeah, man. I'm worried about the Falcons. Like they seem like they're freaking out. Matty boy, last week was a clinic by Mariota. Yeah, Mariota, he'd go out and light your ass up. I'm not saying you, obviously, you're a Commanders guy, but yeah, I mean, Falcons didn't even make it past the 30-yard line. It's insane. Like how? And they have so much talent too. That's a quarterback issue, man. Which is why I go back to they got issues in Atlanta. Now, issues can be fixed. And does Mariota do it again? Because I've seen both sides of Mariota. Now, Mariota, he can go out and have a stinker of a game. But he doesn't do that often. A lot of times when he has a, quote, bad game, it's one of those to where it's just blah. It's just mid. There'll be some points in this game. I assure you. Yeah, said. I agree. That's the problem. Falcons played so bad, I have no clue how to evaluate. Me too. I truly don't know because I have no idea now what to expect from them. Right? Like, no clue. Tina, good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, Tina. So good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, Penix looked terrible. Terrible. So I agree. Like this feels like a game that, we'll probably want more time through the week. Again, if you're watching this at any point during the week, we record this on Wednesday, right? So yeah. Zach, Falcons as a whole stay away, but keep hammering Bijan props. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, Saints and the Bills. Again, the Bills 16.5-point favorites, total of 47.5. The Saints are not a good football team. I think we're all very aware of that. Now, the Bills, I don't know the motivation here. Like, and I'm speaking from a betting perspective. You know what I mean? Like 16.5. Let me just tell you, if you now the Bills can absolutely cover this if they want to. The question is, do they want to? Right? So you actually 16.5, let's just say 17, just for the example that I'm going to give. You actually want to be up 24 to feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, in basketball, like college basketball, when you're betting a game and say you're like a 4-point favorite, and you want to be up like 8 points going into shooting free throws, like just to have a little bit of, wiggle room. Said Bills team total then. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that or Bills first quarter, first half. I agree with that. Just be careful. I like 16.5 points in the NFL is an insane number. But again, I mean, big spreads hit. Like big spreads in the NFL hit for a reason. I don't know. Just this feels like a prop game. If you're playing the Bills side, like, yeah, Said and Jinxie, in terms of Bills team totals, first quarter, first halves. Yeah. Those are good. I'd also look at props. But again, those are going to be juice to the gills too. Tizzle, the Bills will take their foot off the gas. Saints to cover isn't a terrible bet, but won't be made by me. I 100% agreed on that. Said Radler INT. Yeah. Tina, hope y'all are having a great day. Oh, thanks, Tina. Yeah, so Saints and Bills. James Cook has a day. Jared, I like that. Yeah, this is definitely a game where if you're betting props, bet rushing props. You know what I mean? If you're betting Bills props, yeah. Bet rushing props for sure. All right. Browns and the Lions. Browns 1-2, coming off a big win over Green Bay. The Lions 2-1. Detroit 9.5-point favorite, total of 44.5. All right, is Detroit back? Are the Lions back? I think this is a great spot for Detroit. I think 9.5 is a good number. I know that's a big number, but I think it's a good number. And I the reason is that, number one, I think the Lions have found their stride. And the same thing that we've talked about in regards to teams like Florida State, right, of just scoring and scoring and scoring, I think Detroit's going to look to do similar because a ton of points masks issues. Now, there's another good point Said made right here. The Browns defense makes every offense look bad, and that is very true. The Browns are a better team than they get credit for, and they're a better team than what their record is going to show at the end of the year. They're not great offensively. We know that. They don't score a ton of points, which that is the worry because Cleveland can hang in this game. However, because of one team not having much offense and the other team could have a ton of offense, this could get out of hand. And let me tell you, Detroit, we just talked about Buffalo and taking their foot off the pedal. Detroit will not for the rest of the year. There's no breaks. You're not good enough to afford it. You have to just go. So let me tell you, Lions team total is a solid play. Lions with the spread. I'm telling you, 9.5. I want to play it. This could be a bad matchup for Cleveland because that Lions defense is pissed off. Yeah, I love how the Lions swarm Lamar. Absolutely. And if they did that to him, offense is the issue. The Browns D was ranked the best going into week 3, and they played Burrow. Lamar. Yeah, absolutely. Like this is. I have a ton of respect for Cleveland. Like they're not the prettiest team in the world. They're not the belle of the ball, but they play their asses off. There's no question on that. But yeah, I think Lions team total. If you don't want to play a 9.5 point spread, I get it. But Jeff, the Lions outplayed the Ravens in every aspect. In every aspect. Agreed. And once you find it, you don't change from what you let me say this. Football coaches are very simple individuals. Now, their jobs are complex, but they're simple individuals. And when something works, right? You try it again and you do it again. Because you've got a lot of other problems that you need to fix, right? So it's like just check it off to-do list. All right, offense, whatever. I think the Detroit's going to have its way. I think this is just a bad matchup for Cleveland. And this is what I love about the NFL too, is that it is any given Sunday, man. Like it is matchups in this league, you know. This just could be a bad matchup for Cleveland. This is at a very, an opportune time where you just won a big game, might be feeling it a little bit. And Detroit is just pure aggression because they know. All right, Panthers are the Patriots. Patriots 4.5 point favorite, total of 42.5. Obviously, Panthers coming off a big win, 30-0 over the Falcons here. You take a look at the Patriots. I'll be honest. I think this is the hardest game to read this week. I have no idea. I have no clue what to do with this game. I really don't. Like, do the Panthers do it twice in a row? I don't think so. But it's not like these aren't the same Patriots. Said Panthers and Patriots. Panthers and Patriots. Ooh, I think it's an under game. I do too. The Panthers, yeah, they did play way over their head, right? I mean, again, we've got time on this, but I think the under is a pretty good look. Bryce Young to throw an interception. I think that's good to play every week. You're not going to hit it every week, but you're going to hit it more times than not. I think interceptions on both sides in this game. Yeah, we'll talk about this more during the week, but I don't have much for it. If you do, let me know. I would love the guidance because I'm not getting a good read on that. Besides a Bryce Young interception. And look, I don't hate it on both sides. Said, yeah, Bryce INT. Yeah, I think that, as long as the juice is in line. Yeah. Jinx, the only team I would not tail is Utah Mammoth. I'm not sure that is. But I liked it. All right, Chargers and the Giants. So the Giants have benched Russell Wilson. Jameis Winston apparently just doesn't exist. And Jackson Dart is the starter. And they named him the starter for the rest of the season. So there you go. That's Brian Daboll saying, this is all I got. Said Chargers belt to ass 100%. Jim Harbaugh against a rookie quarterback. Look, and I love Jackson Dart. He was stud at Ole Miss, and I'm excited for the kid, but he is not coming into a good situation. Hey, Jackson Dart, see Cam Ward. You're both excellent QBs, but you don't have pieces. You know what I mean? Hawk, when does Russell Wilson get released? Probably pretty soon. There's really no point to having him. Now, you're going to pay him what you're going to have to pay him. You know? I mean, you'll keep him, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's where's Jameis Winston's role in this? Matty Boy, do we pound Chargers minus 6.5? Yeah. The Giants are not a good football team. And I'm pulling for them, right? Like, they're just, I mean, it's the same thing we talk about with the Titans. Same thing we talk about the Saints, right? I mean, they were picked at the top of the draft for a reason. And this is a first start for rookie QB. I would hammer. I'll tell you what. Go ahead and put me on the Chargers minus 6.5 right now. I will add it to the list. Give me the Chargers minus 6.5. This is a horrible time to start Jackson Dart. This might be the best defense in the league. Might. Yeah, Matty Boy, there's minus 6 out there too. I'll tell you what. Official. I'm on the Chargers. I'll take 6.5. All right. If you could get 6, get it. But I'll take 6.5 for the show just in case, because probably everyone can't get it. So I'll ride 6.5. But if you can get 6, do that. But yeah, I mean, Jackson Dart is good, but I just do not think that he's going to come in and just light the Chargers' ass up, even though that is a long travel. All right, Eagles and the Bucks. Man, this is going to be a great game. Eagles 3.5-point favorites on the road, total of 43.5. Notice that 3.5. The books did that on purpose. Put that hook on the other side of a key number of 3. So Christian, they want to see what the kid is made of. Yeah, and look, I like Jackson Dart. He's a good quarterback, but that team is just in trouble. Yeah, Eagles and the Bucks. So again, that 3.5 is on purpose. I like points in this game. I'll tell you this: if you are going to bet props, Baker Mayfield pass attempts, do it. The Bucks in normal games throw it a ton. They will throw it the entire game. Now, the Eagles. Here's the tough part: the Eagles are that team that can boa constrictor overs to unders because they just eat so much time of possession. You know? So that's the concern. In any Eagles game, Jackson Dart's a good college QB. Hope he's a good pro. Agreed. Yeah, I like points in this game. I think I would lean the over 43.5 because I assure you, Baker Mayfield is not afraid of going up against the Eagles. I mean, it's the NFL. Nobody's afraid, right? But, yeah, like, Bucks 3-0 for a reason. It's a good football team. So, it's going to be a heck of a game, man. We get this in the early slate. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, Sterling Shepard with no Mike Evans. Baker, trust him. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Now, I'm not betting with the Bucks, but I didn't bet the Eagles either. I like the over in this game. Yeah, it's a tough loss with Mike Evans. Yeah, if Godwin returns, Baker security blanket. Agreed. Yeah. All right, Titans and the Texans. So let me tell you this, and I tell you, as a former employee of Houston Football Inc., which is the company that owns the Tennessee Titans, as a former NFL, very valued employee, I can tell you that the hatred between the Titans and the Texans is real. It's absolutely real. So, not to go through the whole story, but when the Oilers moved, they became the Titans. What that means is the Titans own the history of the Houston Oilers, not the Houston Texans. Okay? So I know that this all sounds dumb, but there's a very real, spirited energy from the Titans ownership, who lives in Houston still, to always want to beat the I'm just telling you, it's there. It's real. You are going to get a motivated Tennessee team here. I promise you, because it's coming straight from the owner. Directly from the owner. Personally. She says it out loud, right? Now, the Texans are 0-3 as well. And they have serious offensive line issues, which is causing serious offensive issues. But the Texans are a better team than Tennessee. Duh. Okay. But that 7.5 is gross. What is not gross is that over of 38.5. Titans plus 7.5 is not a bad play. Not a bad play. But you don't see me going with it. So, again, I got to check myself. If it's that good of a play, why aren't you on it, right? Agreed. But I know it sounds dumb of what I just said about the Nashville to Houston connection, but I'm telling you from having worked there that it's very real and it's very known. Like, in college when you have like your rivalry game, like all week, it, it's just in your bones, you feel it. I'm telling you, the ownership of the Tennessee Titans feels that way. This is a massive game for them. Brian Callahan gave up play calling duties for Tennessee. I mean, look, Tennessee has massive issues everywhere. But so do the Texans. This could be an ugly game, but this could be a lot of points. I'm very surprised the total's this low. I mean, Tennessee does have decent defense, but yeah. Jeff already took Texas for Survivor. I think I changed it now. Yeah, I mean, look, and again, with Survivor, be careful, but Amy Adams Strunk, the owner of the Titans, it's a very important week for her. And there's not many times that owners ask teams directly for things, but this is one of them. So just keep an eye on where that spread goes through the week. But again, you could say you want to do all that. It doesn't mean a damn thing. Yeah, Matty Boy. Most of the times I was going to put on a helmet pass. I don't know that there's anything or hatred of that team. Well, what I'm getting at is that you got a coaching staff that's probably going to get fired. And you've got a team that is playing hard. They're just not good. But the effort is there. And what I'm getting at is that I wouldn't be surprised if the team goes all out this week. You know what I mean? Because as a Titans coach who could possibly get fired, buddy, you want a miracle Hail Mary? This is it. You think I'm kidding? This can save your job. She cares that much. So, again, you can want to do it all you want. It doesn't mean you're going to. But I promise, like, it might not mean anything, but you will get everything from Tennessee this week. I promise you. Whether that means anything, we'll see. But they're going to be motivated. They might be the most motivated team that's going to be out here. As weird as that sounds. Yeah. All right, Colts and the Rams. Let's jump to this one. So, man, Colts 3-0. Absolutely playing out of their minds. And the Rams 2-1. The Rams should be 3-0. And that would have been a win over the Eagles. They're playing such good football. Rams 3.5-point favorite, a total of 50.5. Matthew Stafford, we've talked about it. 38-year-old quarterback, didn't play, and he didn't even practice in training camp. And this dude's out here rolling cats up. Now, it's not pretty with the Rams, but they're just so They're so well coached. Sean McVay is such a good football coach. He was meant to be a head coach. You just know you're going to get a fundamental team. Now, the Colts. How long do we ride this? And the answer is until they tell you to stop. Winning is contagious. Playing good is contagious. Like that, there might not be a happier locker room in the NFL than the Colts right now. And that translates. That being said, though, this is a tough test. We're going to find out about the Colts. I'll say this. God, what do we do with this total? Yeah, Tizzle, over 49.5 feels like the play. Thoughts? I don't know. That Rams defense is nasty. And I think you're going to get a lot of running the football. Now, Tizzle, I don't disagree with you. But I don't know yet. I don't know. There's gonna if you want to play props in this game, play rushing props. Both of these teams will run the football 1 billion times. Now, they're going to throw it too, trust me, especially Los Angeles. But you're going to have a running clock for a lot of this game. And Sean McVay wants that. And so do the Colts. Right? Like, if you're the coaching staff for either of these teams, you're going into it saying, okay, if I'm tied with 5 minutes left in this game, I can live with that, and let's roll the dice and see if we can win it. I think if you said that to both coaches in this game, they would both take that, and we could cut this game down to 5 minutes. Now, obviously, that's not going to happen, but you get what I'm saying in that I think that this could be a tight game, back and forth. And, yeah, I think Rams run away late. D. Jones going to have to go Josh Allen. 1,000% agree with exactly that. I was going the exact same route. I think that's like, can the Colts hang for 60 minutes? Can they do it on the road? Now, there's nothing that says that the Colts won't continue to roll. But we know the NFL, and, buddy, you're just not going to do that. So Tizzle, to your point first on the total, I don't know yet in terms of where I want to go. Now, I do lean to the over with you. I definitely do. What I want to know, well, can't know, but what worries me is that the clock could just be running. It feels like this is a time of possession game. You know, like trying not to make a mistake. As weird as it sounds, punts, field goals could be something here. Could be. All right. Jaguars and the 49ers. 49ers, a 3.5-point favorite, total of 47.5. Jacksonville's 2-1. I don't think they're all that good, but here's the thing with Jacksonville. Jacksonville's been the same team for like 4 years. And what that team is that they don't beat themselves. Like, they're that team that, okay, you ever play like Super Mario on Nintendo? And you know how like Bowser at the end, like the main boss, like that's not the Jaguars. The Jaguars are like the boss of like level 2 castle. You once you played a couple times, you know, like you got it down. But if you go in making a bunch of dumb mistakes, the Jaguars will beat you. San Francisco 3-0, and my goodness, we've got to give them credit on that because they're doing it with backups. What you're going to have to do, this is going to be one of those games that you're probably going to have to bet on Sunday. Unless you just have an excellent read. Like, if you're going to bet a spreader, well, I don't know about, well, yeah, total. Like, you're just going to have to do some injury information digging here. And the hard part is that you might not have, well, you probably will not have full, injury information until Sunday, right? Like you're going to see, hey, X is participating, but you just won't know. So that's what makes this so difficult. But be careful. And it screams under said, yeah. I mean, the 40, I assure you the 49ers are wanting to win this by defense, right? Like that. Well, they want to go out and score a bunch of points, but logically it's the defense that's, going to keep them in it, right? It has to be low scoring. And the Jaguars are a time of possession team too. They don't hit a ton of big plays. I mean, they can, but yeah, I think under's the way to go. Yeah, defense and field goals. It feels like it for sure. Jeff saying, I think I'll take 49ers defensive touchdown. Yeah. Ravens and the Chiefs, Sunday, 3:25 Central. Ravens, 2.5-point favorite, total of 48.5. All right, so we're on the road, Kansas City. Look, whoever loses this game between the Ravens and the Chiefs will be 1-3. Somebody has to be 1-3, which is insane. That being said, though, I'm all over the Ravens here. Now, a lot of people lost a lot of money fading the Chiefs, but I don't see it. You're going to have to prove it to me. Now, the Ravens have their own issues, and defensively, they aren't stopping anybody, but they have talent to do it. And their offense isn't a problem. And the Chiefs going to have to pull some smoke and mirrors here, and they're going to have to try. The Chiefs have to keep this game low. They do not want a shootout game because they will get obliterated. It's not their style. But understand, I'm not speaking disrespectfully of the Chiefs, right? Like, I'm not coming at them like that. I'm just saying this is not a good matchup for them. The Eagles was a decent matchup because they keep it low. Baltimore, especially a motivated Baltimore team, like this might not be good for Kansas City. 2.5 points. My two favorite teams. I'm with the AB. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Derrick Henry's got fumbleitis. Like the Ravens might put themselves together a game here, right? Like you've got all the mixtures of we're screwing things up constantly. And the Ravens and, the Chiefs too, they're good enough to fix themselves in 6 days. You know what I mean? Like they're good enough to do that. But Kansas City has to keep this game low scoring. They cannot get in a shootout. Their offense is 5 yards and in. They're not built for that. I feel the Ravens here. Sorry, I just do. But again, it's the Chiefs. And as long as Patrick Mahomes is putting on pads, buddy, look out. You know what I mean? Bears and the Raiders, Sunday, 3:25 Central. Bears 1.5-point favorite, total of 47.5. Yeah. Bears great win over Dallas Cowboys. Look good. Raiders, let's get it back together. Let's get it back together. All right. I think this is going to be a good game. I think you're going to see a fun game. Now, 47.5 seems high to me. I think I might go with the under in this game. What do you guys think? Money lines are in play. Yeah, Japan, Mahomes is a home dog. Agreed, right? Yeah, I know. Bears and the Raiders. Yeah. Here's the thing with this game. Gino, Matt INT said, yeah. Play Gino to throw picks because they throw it a lot. But I do think that Vegas wants to run the ball more. And I think that Chicago wants to run the ball more. And I think both of these defenses are going to allow it a little bit. Like, neither of these teams want to get in a shoot. Well, the Bears want to get in a shootout style of game. Man, I think Geno pick is my favorite play of this. I agree. Said. Said I don't have a good read on this game. Yeah, this one's tough. I think both teams are going to want to run the football, but they are going to throw. Geno will throw it deep. That said, though, I feel the under. I just do. And I'm not speaking of an under of like, oh, both these offenses stink. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, even though you do have quarterbacks that are going to throw, I just think that there's going to be an emphasis on the run game here. And the offensive lines are bad, and that's why I think that they're going to try to force the issue. I dig the under in this game. I throw it to you. I could sit here and talk myself in and out of a lot of different plays. I think Geno a pick, and I think the under 47.5. Like, that's what's yelling out to me, man. Like, what do you see? Jinxie, Bears game under to teaser all day. That, you know what? That's not a bad play. Yeah, I could too. I don't like Caleb. Ends up in a lot of third and longs. Like, that's the deal. It's like this is a weird matchup. Like I think with a run game emphasis sprinkled in a little more, this game goes a little more vanilla than chocolate. You know what I mean? Like, this could be a pretty standard fair NFL game. Like, this is one of those games that you look at the slate, and that Ravens Chief game might feel like it lasts 5 hours, and the Bears Raiders game felt like it lasted 2, because just the clock was going. Yeah, I think the Raiders has a good enough front seven. I do too. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not speaking ill of the offenses. I just think that this is going to be two teams that match up very well against each other. And the things that they do positively are also positively things that the other oppositional team does on the other side of the ball, right? Like you were speaking of the Raiders front seven. I think that it can pose issues for Caleb Williams, and at times to where a Bears offense that has trouble finding guys down the field and getting wide receivers open and using your brackets and zones and all that. Now, they're getting there, but Caleb and Ben Johnson, they just need dudes to step up. Like, I assure you, Ben Johnson's got the playbook. As chocolate sprinkles as you want to go, buddy. He's waiting on everybody to meet him. Let's go. Yeah, I'll tell you this. 2 weeks in a row, coaches have said we need more Brock Bowers. That's a good point. Jinxie, I mean, yeah, you teased like 54. This game screams 23-20. Absolutely agree. It absolutely screams that to me. Yeah, he does hold the ball long. He does. Yeah, Ben got plays for months. Oh, hell yeah. That playbook, God bless. That thing's loaded up. All right, so final 3 games here. Packers and the Cowboys. Sunday night football on NBC. Micah Parsons going up against his boys. Cowboys coming off that loss to Chicago, 1-2. Green Bay coming off that loss to Cleveland. Buddy, let me tell you, just go ahead and take points. Don't overthink this game. Packers, their problem last week was offense. Now, the Cleveland defense had a lot to do with that, right? Buddy, you're going to get the Packers scoring points. And let me tell you, the Cowboys only have one route to win games, and that's as many points as possible. I don't think you're going to see a whole lot from the Cowboys defense. And quite frankly, I think the Cowboys offense can move the ball in Green Bay. But Green Bay, a motivated Green Bay, should be putting up points. Yeah, team total's a good look here on both sides. But definitely Green Bay. Yeah, CD Lamb out. Ugh. He's a big part of that offense. Big part of that offense. Dak Prescott throw a pick. Is a good play. But don't overthink this game. Like, I think the total is fine, but even more drilling down, Packers team total. Yeah. Said Green Bay first half and full team total, 100%. And we would say this if Green Bay won by 50 last week and they lost. I assure you, Matt LaFleur has been putting belt to ass at practice, right? Yeah, you're going to get a lot of points in this game. That's going to be a great Sunday night game. Great atmosphere. Can't wait, man. All right, Monday night. So we've got two games again on Monday Night Football. So we got a doubleheader. Jets and the Dolphins and the Bengals and the Broncos. Jets and the Dolphins, gross. 0-3 versus 0-3. Let me tell you this. You're going to get never mind. I didn't feel confident with it. Look, I don't like anything in this game. Maybe the under. But this is disgusting. This is a tough watch. Now, the Jets aren't that good of a team, and I mean that in the sense of they're not explosive. Now, we saw week one, and week one was what it was, but this team is fundamental, and they can play some defense. And I like Aaron Glenn. He's going to get better, but this is a Dolphins game. I'll tell you this. This is so much of a must win. I think if the Dolphins coach loses this game, he gets fired. I really do. Because then if you're 0-4, why? What's the point? This is it. This is it. So, not that I'm the biggest Dolphins guy on planet Earth, but this is it. He has to win this game. I mean, has to win this game. So, if it were me, I mean, again, it's, even if he said, even if, again, he might have to win this game. Don't mean that he is, because he's 0-3. But, yeah, I mean, it's very real for him right now. Chicago Joe. What's up, DTL? What's up, big dog? Is that Dick Butkus in the profile picture? That's an awesome picture. Dude, the Bears unis are so clean. Said Tyreek Hill going to get traded too? Probably, yeah. Like, I don't like anything. Butkus, hell yeah. Yeah. Dick Butkus was a badass, dude. Still, I mean, he's just Dick Butkus is awesome. Yeah, Jets and the Dolphins, man. If you're going off of narratives and Devon A-Chain is playing like Thurman Thomas, right? I mean, this is it. This is just it for Miami. We'll talk more about it, but man, and it's a divisional game too, and it's at home. I mean, I'm almost ready to go Dolphins -2.5. Keep an eye on that spread. If that goes to 2, jump on it. Yeah, well, look, said I think Jets still beat them. They could. That's the other thing. I'm talking up the Dolphins, and it's like, well, they're 0-3, and they've played better, right? But Yeah. Yeah, Jinxie. Yeah, they did give everything. I mean, they did. And they're just not good. But this is it for him. If they lose, and especially if they lose bad, if they look bad, he's done. Toast. Not tomorrow. They'd probably fire him Sunday, honestly. He's that close to it. Bengals and the Broncos. All right, so Broncos 7.5-point favorite. That was done on purpose there. 44.5 is the total. Jared Tua, no fly zone. Yeah. All right. The Bengals here. Obviously, no Joe Burrow. The Broncos are 1-2. It ain't looking great so far, but hasn't been an easy schedule either. I'm not down on the Broncos. I'm not out on the Broncos. I do think that they have a lot of room to grow, but who doesn't? We all do. And I trust Sean Payton, I trust Bo Nix, and I trust the defense. And I think that the Broncos are going to be a team that gets better week by week. And I think in this, I don't overthink it. Sean Payton's been here. Let me tell you this. I don't like that 7.5, though. Get rid of that. If you got to move it down to 6.5, or you got to, parlay, I'll show you the picks. I mean, we got the Broncos in a money line parlay with the Seahawks. So we've got actually Thursday night football and then the last game of Monday night football in a parlay. So we've got cover to cover, right? But yeah, that 7.5 is disgusting. You could make the right pick in the world of taking the Broncos, and they could win by 7, and you're screwed. So be careful of that. Yeah, Tizzle, Broncos spread could be other side of that Bears teaser. Agreed. And let me tell you, this isn't a must win for Denver, but it kind of is. It kind of is. You're at home. It's on Monday night. Got the Bengals with a backup quarterback. You have to take advantage of these games. Sean Payton knows that. Bo Nix knows that. He ain't dumb. This is a Broncos game, but that 7.5 spread that's a cancer, dude. Be careful of that. Books did that on purpose. And I would too. I say it all the time. They're not doing anything nefarious, right? It's just the game. I would make you pay a tax. If you're going to bet the Broncos at home, you're going to eat that hook, or you're going to pay some juice. You know what I mean? So I don't blame them on doing it. I would do the same thing. It's smart business, but be careful. That 7.5 key numbers, 3s and 7s in football. Yeah. And, a missed extra point or something. Now you're down 2. Be careful. At 7.5 has trapped a lot of good men and women. You know what I mean? Trapped a lot of them. All right. That is it. Let me get the picks back up here. Then we'll hop out. So yeah, Steelers plus 2.5 against the Vikings in Dublin. Patrick Mahomes over 4.5 rush attempts at plus 115. Matthew Stafford 1+ interception minus 115. The Lions minus 6.5. We're adding them. Seahawks money line, Broncos money line plus 130. Chargers money line, Eagles money line plus 100. 49ers money line, Ravens money line at plus 170. Tiz B, thanks crew. Always fun talking about. Absolutely, man. Thank you guys, dude. Jeff said Denver, an under teaser. I like that. Jinx, it seems trappy, but yeah, tease that all day. Yep, absolutely agree. Big Chicago Joe. Here's one of the worst live bet stories I've ever had seen. 25 years of sports betting now. Sunday night Chiefs, Giants, Tyquan throwing at 14 receiving yards. Juju at 55 at the half. I placed a live bet on Fanatics throwing to get over 15.5 yards and Juju to get 55. Odds were oh my God. Yeah, Thornton tonight was 70. You're not get a single catch. Oh my God, Joe, that's brutal. It's brutal, bro. There's no words, and I'm certainly not laughing at you because, we've all been there. But that's a kick in the teeth, man. I'm saying that as your boy, that. Oh God, that's brutal, brother. That one's tough, man. I hate to see that. Oh God. And you got the right attitude too, because it's all you could do is just dude, it is, Joe. Like the worst sports bet I lost probably in my life. And yeah, and like you said, you've been doing this, bro. You're not a rook. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. It stinks, man. Jinxie, Broncos plus 5.5, Chicago, Las Vegas under 60.5, Jacksonville plus 16, Titans plus 20, Panthers plus 18, minus 105. Look, just the fact that you put this together, I'm in. Like, I'm in. Yeah. I want in on that. JC, seems too easy unless Broncos flan their season, right? I don't think they are. Like, you're not saying that either, but yeah. We agree. We're saying the same thing. All right. Hey, we'll get out of here. Jared said, you the man, AB. Great work as always. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate you, buddy. Big Tony, thank you. Let me put his picks back up here. Let me throw them up real quick, just in case anybody missed those. Tigers, Guardians, no runs first inning, minus 135. Yankees money line, Dodgers money line, plus 111. And Francisco Lindor over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at minus 115. Big Jeff, AB the GOAT. Thank you, bro. Shoot, thank you, man. Big Joe, hey, thank you, brother. And dude, please keep dropping those nuggets in the chat, man. We need you big time, bro. You're the man, dude. And that Dick Buckus is awesome. Sam, appreciate you, man. Jake, say good luck, NHL Dogs, tonight. Let's go. All right. We'll get out of here, everybody. Thank you so much. We got almost playoff baseball here. It's basically playoff baseball now. So get out of here. I'll clip this, get the NFL show all up, and get it all set up for you so that you can reference that. We'll keep going. We'll be live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern normal time. But tell it, everybody, best of luck. Cash these tickets. Love all y'all to death. Have yourself a good Wednesday. Best of luck. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Who's got it better than us?